Easter Sunday, the last day of March. In most parts of our area, it's going out like a lion. The weather is more like Christmas. It's an unusual time of the season. In our country, in our interests, it's basketball championship time. At the end of this day, there will be 4 winners. They call them the Final Four. And they'll play next weekend for the championship. And they've started with 64, and many of us had brackets, who was going to win, and then who would play the next, and who would keep winning. And so there's a lot of winners and losers, especially those of us who are not good at creating winning brackets. The gospel today is a resurrection. You know what's very interesting? When we can't explain something, it's easier to make it up. So when people, early times before the scientific age, thunder and lightning was, it's God being angry, or the angels are playing bowling, or something, some explanation, and we say, okay, we can live with that. Easter is that a kind of, it's about bunnies and Easter baskets and eggs and flowers. And it's an explanation, because usually flowers are starting to bloom at this time of year, and we got to explain something. New clothes, looking good, life coming out of winter. On Friday, we had the experience of 4 losers at the foot of the cross. In John's Gospel, and we read it on Good Friday a couple of days ago, Mary, his mother, Mary, the wife of Cleophas, Mary Magdalene, and John, the beloved, standing at the foot. They are the final losers. And today is the final winners. There are 4 winners in today's gospel. Mary Magdalene, of course, Jesus, of course, and Peter and John, of course. The losers have become winners. Maybe that's an explanation that we could pray with these days of Easter. Instead of what we might say bunifying Easter, we pray with it in terms of there is the natural human sense that we lose. We don't win every virtuous experience. We are not as successful. We don't win a lot. And it's easier to define ourselves by being a loser than a winner, because there's always another game, another adventure, another encounter, and we might lose. And one experience of humanity is one can look at oneself as a constant loser, considering the high expectations that we have of ourselves and of others and of structures, institutions, God. Jesus was a loser on Good Friday. Jesus lost a lot of encounters. And there are the final 4, grieving, wishing it could have been different. How can this be? How can we lose? Easter is a time of coming to life because he did. Because he won, we win. Because he comes out of his tomb, he invites us out of our tombs. But that's the challenge. Do we let Jesus win for us, or do we hold our losses against ourselves? That's my definition. That's my permanent record. Nothing can cancel that. And I will live in the tomb of my losership. And so Jesus goes around in these next daily gospels and weekly gospels, untombing, unlosing people, asking them to change their spirits, not holding their losses against them. Not saying, well, it was a moral victory. Most coaches say, there is no moral victory. You either win or you lose. Jesus says, I have come out of my tomb. I am now the winner over death. And I am a winner over your death and your confines, your entombment. So it's not about bunnies and Easter eggs and flowers. It's about life. It's about living with our past, letting regret stay in the tomb. Let the regrets and losses perhaps stay in our own personal record books. And there will be losses in the future. But ultimately we are winners because ultimately he is risen and raises us up from whatever losses or confines or tombs we might find comfort in. Come out. Keep coming out. I am the winner, and I take you with me into the heavenly winnings circle. I take you every time I share my life with you in the Eucharist, in your own prayer. Accept your victory in him. Live it. Love it. Happy Easter days.